Do you want to go and help unbox books with me? No? Oh, no. No, he does not. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Rochelle and today we're going to do a huge unboxing. I know that last month we also did an unboxing and I ordered more books. So yeah, I figured it would be fun to go through all of the books again. I also do have some more books that are supposed to be here on Tuesday. So I guess we're just gonna have a couple of unboxing videos for this month. But I promise I was trying to be good. There was another sale that was going on through Bookoutlet, and then one of my orders through Satisfiction, and then another one through the signed bookshop ended up finally showing up after a few months of waiting to go and get that order. And also I just had a few other like pre-orders and Amazon purchases that ended up going and showing up. So I just figured, you know what, why not? Let's do a huge unboxing. So some of these books I might talk a little bit about, and some of them I might just zoom through just to make this video not 1,000 years long. So hopefully that's okay. And yeah, with that being said, let's dive into them because they've been sitting on my floor and I've just been getting very anxious and excited to go and unbox them. So first one is Next to You by Hannah Bonham Young. I've been loving books by Hannah Bonham Young. The first one I read this year was Out on a Limb, and she's been doing redesigns of the covers. So they've been re-releasing this year, and I'm very excited to read this one. I have seen vision boards that people have made to match some of the characters in the books, and this guy right here, a lot of people have compared to Jason Momoa. So I'm very curious about this. This is a friends to lovers from my understanding, and I've loved all of her books so far, and I'm sure I'll love this one as well. Next one is Manila Takes Manhattan. This has two Filipino celebrities that end up getting stuck in a romance. I saw one of my favorite Filipino dishes, pancit canton, mentioned in the book. So obviously I had to pick that up. Also the Filipino representation, and it's also Asian and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, so it seemed like a pretty good read. Plus I also really love the spine of the book. It's just, I don't know, something about it screams spring and summer. Next we have Music of the Night by Angela J. Ford. I saw this book and right away I was like, that seems like Phantom of the Opera. I mean, just the name alone makes me think of Phantom of the Opera. So I had to go and pick it up, not really knowing too much about it. It is a Phantom of the Opera retelling where the Phantom actually gets the girl. And for those of you that do not know, I'm a huge musical theater nerd, and anytime I see something that is like a retelling of Phantom of the Opera or Phantom of the Opera inspired, I have to pick them up, and I'm kind of getting a huge collection so far. So that might be something I end up showing y'all sometime in the future, but needless to say, I'm very excited about it, and it's a kind of thinner read, so I feel like this one will be really quick to go through. Next we have Where Shadows Lie by Allegra Pescatore, and I honestly don't know what this book is about. Oop, it's getting the reflection. I don't know what this book is about. To be honest, the reason I picked it up was because I saw that one of the characters on the cover is a wheelchair user, and because of that I just had to pick it up. I don't think I know of any fantasy types of books that have wheelchair users in them. So I'm a huge person that focuses on disability representation, especially when it comes to books. So because of that, I had to go and pick it up. It is kind of a chunky boy too, so I don't know if I'll get to it this month, but I'm hoping to read it maybe during Disability Pride Month. Then we have Darling Girls by Sally Hepworth. I read this one as an ARC a few months back and I absolutely loved it. So because of that, I needed to get my own physical copy, and yeah, I don't really have too much else to say about that aside from this book was so good. I believe I rated it a 5 stars, so highly recommend. Last month I read Voices in the Snow by Darcy Coates, and I found out that it has a series, and it's called a Black Winter Novel series, and there are 4 books total. So there's Secrets in the Dark, Silence in the Shadows, and Whispers in the Mist. I don't know if I have them in the correct order. I don't think I do, but I loved the first book so much, and so I had to pick up the next few books. They're very chunky, and I feel like I'm probably going to spread them out throughout the months because the first book was so good, and I don't want to rush through the series. I want it to last as long as possible. So yeah, I got these, and I'm very excited to dive back into this world. All right, let's go with the Satisfiction Box. So this bookstore I actually heard about through Instagram, and I believe they focus on diverse reads, or it's a diverse women-owned business. One of those two. I'll put the information up here and in the description box, just because I can't remember from the top of my head. But I saw that they were doing a really amazing cover and special edition for a book that was coming out, I believe, last month. It finally came to my house this month, so I'm very, very, very excited to like pick it up and feel it in my hands. Finn is getting very interested in my books too.
Oh, and it has a little thank you note addressed to me.
So it says, "Dear Rochelle, thank you so much for supporting Satisfiction and our vision of uplifting diverse voices. Thank you again for your support, and I hope you enjoy your new items. Jolie Maupin, founder." That's so sweet. See, I have a fin. Ha 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 ha.
Can you say hi?
This is one of our cats that really hates the camera.
But the camera loves you, Bubba. It does.
See, he doesn't even want to make eye contact with the camera.
He's like, if I ignore it, it doesn't exist.
So I probably should have said that the book I was waiting to get was Dragon Fruit, and it has a little sign plate. That is so cool. I got Dragon Fruit, and it is by Makia Lucier. Every Wish Demands a Price, and this one I believe has Pacific Islander mythology in it, and one of my friends that I've made through BookTube, I'll go and put her information here, I'm actually going to be doing a buddy read with her, so I need to let her know that I finally have my book. And I mean, just look at those sprayed edges. This is the first book I've ever gotten from Satisfiction, and I might have to get more books from them because, I mean, this is just stunning. Let's see if there's... So the cover is just normal. There's nothing on the dust jacket, but I mean, the sprayed edges alone are phenomenal. So next is actually an Amazon order that just came in today, and this one is Dread Nation, and it is by Justina Ireland. And I heard that this is kind of like a Civil War zombie type of book, and we know I love zombies, and we know that I try to go for books that are diverse and have representation in them. So this just checked off a lot of boxes on my list, and with that being said, I got the book, and I believe there is a second one out too. I don't know how many are in the series, but yeah, this is right up my alley. Okay. Next is going to be the Signed Bookshop. All right, so we got a cute little envelope. Okay, so this must be one of the author's signatures, and then it looks like we have some bookmarks. So this one says Escape to a New World, and it has the author's website. And then this one is like a little postcard. It says, "If you are my curse, so be it. I will die in your fire and savor the feel of the burn." Couldn't read that for a second. So then there's this one. And then we have another bookmark. It says, "Your ruins glamour in time with your breathing. It's like watching starlight twinkle. Elegy of Twilight." These are really cute. I tend to use receipts for my bookmarks, even though I have a bunch of them, so it's always nice to get more bookmarks. And then there's this photo from Elegy of Twilight, so very excited. With this order, I think I had also found out about it through Instagram, and I was really excited to go and pick up the books. I actually put this order through at the end of February and just got it, I think, 3 days ago. My biggest complaint with that site would be that it doesn't really give you an estimate of when your books will arrive and how long it will take. There was no way that I got a tracking number. It just kind of said like order has been taken or something along those lines. So I actually had to email the company to see when the books were going to get here, because there wasn't even an FAQ that said anything about it. So if you do like how these books look and you do want to put in an order of your own, just keep that in mind. So this one is Elegy of Twilight, And I mean, look at that interracial couple. Stunning. I believe this one is a romance, so we know me and romances, but I mean, they were just so pretty. It was kind of like one of those splurge buys where I didn't really think things through, and then afterwards I was like, wait, should I have got these? But I mean, it's really, really pretty. And it's not too thick of a read either, so it should be really quick. Oh, and this is also by the same author that wrote the Phantom of the Opera book that I showed earlier. Ooh, okay. And then we have A Cursed Kiss by Jenny Hickman. So this is how this part looks. And then it has gold sprayed edges. And there's also a map on the inside. Map continued on this part. And then let's see what the cover looks like. Oh, and the dust jacket actually does have someone on there. So then this part has flowers, which are really pretty with a foil. And then it says, I can make it go away on the back. And I honestly don't remember what these books are about because it's been a hot minute. But yeah, and then the dust jacket has this on the inside. So I'll definitely be interested to go and like look at these books later and see what they're all about because I can't remember, but I'm excited. And they're beautiful books. I honestly can't even remember how many books I got in this box either, so this is just gonna be fun. Oh, and I have another cat that's trying to help me.
And then we got a Kiko Butts. Hi, Butts. Can you say hi? Can you wave? Look at his little nose dots.
I promise no more cats should be showing. We just have 3, and then we have a dog, which is currently in Charles's office. This one is Curse of the Thorn King by Lisette Marshall, and it's part of the Wayfarer Fae series, and it's book 1. And it says, you may want to leave before I no longer let you. That sounds intense. Ooh. And like, look at those two. Oh my goodness. That's stunning. Is there anything on the back? It has like a castle. I can't remember if this was like Sleeping Beauty inspired or anything like that. Then we have The Pirate King's Thief, and this is by Alicia Klepchak. I don't think I'm saying that right. Realm of Dragons and Fae. A lady thief, a fae pirate turned bard, and a magical heist that forces them together. Ooh, this might be perfect for Ren Fair season. Just because, you know, like bard and stuff like that. But there's the couple on the front. I love her hair. Oh, and there's a dragon. There's a little dragon right there. Oh, you can't see it because the glare. But yeah, there's a little dragon. If you are my curse, so be it. I will die in your fire and savor the feel of the burn. Ooh, that sounds intense. And it also does have the author's signature, so that's really cool too. Yeah, these books are definitely all romance, and I don't normally go for romance, but I feel like I'm trying to expand my horizons a little bit, and especially if the book has a really pretty cover, who am I to say no? And then this fell out of one of the books, but it's another bookmark. And then these two I actually had on my Amazon wish list for a while just because the covers were so pretty. And then I saw that they were actually on this site as well. So one of them is Frozen Hearts and Death Magic, and then the other is Iron Hearts and Dragon Magic. So these two books, and it is by De Letao. I think I'm saying that right, I don't know. A forbidden fae kiss could be deadly. This time there's more at risk than their hearts. Ooh. I mean, and both couples on the covers are gorgeous. And then this is how the cover looks like for this one. And nothing on the dust jacket. And then this is the cover of the other one. And these are probably the thickest books out of the entire box. Oh, and they do have signatures too. I'll show this one just because I have it open still. Yeah, there's a signature. So yeah, like those books are really gorgeous. They have a lot of really beautiful books on their site, but like I said, it might take a while to get to you, and if you haven't seen like any updates on your tracking information, anything like that, I would definitely go and reach out to their customer service. I believe I got a response back later that day. I sent a message probably around 8 or 9 in the morning before I started work, and then heard back by the end of the day. All right, next we're gonna go with the Bookoutlet boxes. So I think we'll go with a tinier one over here. So it's really interesting with this. Bookoutlet actually split one of my boxes into 2, and one of them got here on Friday, and then the other one just kept getting pushed and delayed further and further, saying that the box was going to be delayed. And I was so nervous that the box would actually not ever show up here. So let's go through the books. So this one is Anne of Green Gables by L.M. Montgomery. This was actually a story that I read when I was growing up as a kid. I also watched I believe the movies, unless they were TV shows, not quite sure. But one of them I actually watched with my mom, and it just has a lot of fond memories. So when I saw this book was available on Bookoutlet and had this really pretty cover, I had to pick it up just for nostalgia purposes. Then I have Dear Medusa, which is actually a book written in prose and has to do with a high school student who has an incident with SA. And so, trigger warning with that. But I had some reasons why I ended up going and picking this up, and so I will probably be reading this for this month. Then I have Harper Bridge by Taylor Adams. I actually had this one recommended by someone that I follow on TikTok, and they raved about this book. It is a thriller, and so when I saw that Bookoutlet was having a sale, I had to add it to my order. Alright, so then I have Knock Knock Open Wide, Look Inside, It Needs You by Neil Sharpson. I believe this is a horror thriller. Weaves horror and Celtic myth into a terrifying, heartbreaking, supernatural tale of fractured family bonds, the secrets we carry, and the veiled forces that guide Irish life. I mean, that sounds so cool. And then I have The Lake House by Sarah Beth Durst, and I believe I had this one on my Amazon wishlist for a while as well, and I saw that they had decent ratings on Goodreads, so I decided to also go and add this to my order. Then we have our last box of books. So by Grady Hendrix, I have How to Sell a Haunted House. Very excited about this. I am creating a book tower, and I'm a little bit nervous because now it's getting super high. Okay, we're just gonna start another pile. So then by Jennifer McMahon, I have My Darling Girl. And then I also have The Drowning Kind from her as well. I've heard a lot of people really like her books, so I figured why not go and pick them up. And then I have Delicious Monsters by Liselle Sambury. I have been wanting to read this book mostly just because I thought the cover looked so interesting, so dark, and yeah, I mean, it just looks so creepy. I'm excited to read it. And then I have Garden of the Curse by Katie Rose Poole. I don't think this is the common cover that is seen with this book. So when I saw it had a different one on Bookoutlet, I wanted to pick it up. I don't really know anything about the book, and I'm very curious to learn more about it. So then I have Scythe by Neil Shusterman, and I only know a little bit about this book series and know that it is dystopian. I love dystopian stories, so I figured with all the good reviews on this book, I should probably dive into the series. And then I have Midnight is the Darkest Hour by Ashley Winstead. I'll have to work on getting this sticker off of there, but I remember I read a little bit of the book online and I was like, okay, we're gonna have to get this one. Then I have House of Hollow by Crystal Sutherland. I have been wanting to pick up this book for the longest time, and I'm so happy that I finally got my hands on a copy. And then I picked up The Good Sister by Sally Hepworth. So a few months ago, I read the arc for Darling Girls, and I really loved the way that Sally Hepworth wrote. So because of that, I decided to add a few more books of hers to my list. So The Good Sister is definitely one I'm interested in seeing, and it says, everyone has a dark side. Then I have Lisa Jewell, a novel, None of This Is True. I think this is one of her latest books, and everyone was raving about it. I thought that the concept of this book sounded very interesting, and everyone said it was a very quick read to get through, so I figured why not. Then I have The Hacienda by IsabelleKES Kanes? I'm not sure I'm saying that right. But I mean, I've heard this is a gothic story and I'm excited. It does look like this one does have a little bit of a nick on the back, but I think that will be manageable. Yeah, it's a little bit torn on the back, but still in pretty good shape, so yeah, not too bad. I feel like I usually luck out really well with Bookoutlet. And then another book by Sally Hepworth. This one is The Youngest Wife. Also does have a sticker on it too, so I will have to go and remove that. And aside from that, there's not any like black dots like there usually are on the Bookoutlet books. Oh, this one is gorgeous. I mean, just look at the covers. So this is The Wild Ones by Nafisa Assad. And I mean, just look at how beautiful that is. And the back, I mean, gorgeous. I think this is something about women that have to protect someone, from what I remember. But honestly, like, I mostly wanted this just because I thought the cover was beautiful. And then I have The Troop by Nick Cutter. I think this one has to do with a camp that goes on an island, and they get an unexpected surprise there where they have to try to get off the island and attempt to save their lives. So very much a survival story, which I love. And then I have Mixed Signals by B.K. Borison. I really loved how this cover looked for this book. It is a romance, but like I said, I'm trying to go and expand the types of books that I read, so I'm not only reading dark and depressing thrillers, so wish me luck. And then last one is Ignite Me, and this is book 3 in the Shatter Me series. I have not read the series at all, but I have a feeling I will love it. So because of that, I've been trying to pick up the books on Bookoutlet. They're very, very difficult to go and get. So as soon as I see them, I usually snatch them up as quick as possible. And sometimes I'm not quick enough, and within like 2 seconds, the books are gone. So yeah, I'm just working my way on getting the books in the series so that I can dive through them. And I just love the art on the covers. So those are the 37 books that I have unboxed and are present for this haul. I definitely do have a problem. I do plan on reading all these books, but I need another bookshelf, especially since I have more books coming. Oh dear. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this. I hope that you saw some books that you're interested in reading as well. And if none of these books enticed you, but you saw the cats throughout the video, I hope that you had some serotonin with seeing them pop up. But yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna wrap things up. I actually have something tomorrow that I'm very nervous for, but also excited for. And I'm also hoping to go and vlog that so that I can show y'all it. But being said, I want to wrap this up by saying, I hope you don't forget that you are worthy, you are capable, and don't ever let anyone talk you out of following your dreams. I love you all, and I can't wait to talk to you all again. Bye. I don't know if you guys can see him, but Finn is right up there on top of the shelf. I have like a huge tower of books that are just gonna...
Oh, and there's another bookmark. And a lot of the peanuts.
Lazy Sunday mornings, hiding under covers. I don't mind staying in with you. Play your favorite movie, laying right beside me. I don't mind when it's just us two. That corner coffee shop we like to go.